Hi, welcome back to the Comedy Store Doorcast. I am your host, Luke Schwartz. I have a good slew of people here with me. Today, to my left, we have Alex Young. Welcome back.
We have Evian Sparkly in the house.
Yep, shout out Thirster. And we across from him, Anthony Amorello.
What's going on?
Cool, good. And Jess Wellington. Hi, good to see you again. Yes, peace to the camera. It was quite a week this week, but as always, we have a show every Wednesday in the Belly Room, 10:30 Wednesday in the Belly Room. God damn it, we all go up usually, and we all do okay usually. I had a really fun, I've been having some downer sets up there that are really fun that I like. It's been packed, and we sell 10 tickets, and then it gets sold out when people start coming.
But I did have a developmental in the Belly on Saturday, and I closed it out. Fuck, that was such a fun set. That was prime time.
There you go. That's fun. Yeah, so come and see us at the Comedy Store, and if you tip, we will shout you out on the podcast. So people like Diablos, a couple Diablos from Los Angeles tipped $1. What? What's wrong?
Oh, we're talking about the Doorcast that she's over there. Oh, by the way, on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm nice now, so I'm gonna by that and say
maybe
thanks.
you could talk in the mic though, because Alex, we don't know what you're saying.
Thank you.
I can project.
Diablos from Los Angeles gave $1 you $2.
$1 US.
It's the S is backwards, so it's
edgy.
$1 you $2. That's pretty good. Dino from Philly for $4. Thank you, Dino. Thomas from Atlanta for $3.
Thomas is a comic out of Atlanta, came through to say what's up.
Oh, okay.
He listens to the Doorcast, so if you are listening, dude, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for putting a couple bucks in the till.
I think these are all new. Jacob from LA for $20. Wow, that must have been the main room.
Who did you give that to?
Yeah.
This was original room.
This is original room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, well what a good night that was for whoever was working.
I do not write down the tip.
Whoever they bring it into, it just goes to that room that night. You know what I mean? Maria also gave 20, and she's from Dublin. And then Simon, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or Simmer.
Simon.
Okay. Sime, it looks kind of E-ish. From Dublin also gave 20. Thank you so much. Shannon again gave 10. I think that Shane 20 again. I mean he's always on. Enzo and Cindy gave 50 together. So thank you, Enzo and Cindy. Damn. Good job. Generous people. That's very nice. And you put groceries in our refrigerators. What a long week. God, are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got kidnapped, but I'm good.
I needed those last 2 days off. I was losing my mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice here and it's nice to want to come back.
Yeah.
I think I slept for 11 hours the other day. I got home and it wasn't even late. My brain was fried from the week. And I just closed the curtains and I just took my mono medication.
Yep,
and
good.
I slept until 11 a.m., 11:30 the next day. Ooh.
Well, why has it been such a tough week for everybody? I mean, you honestly you had some shit happen to you, but we don't have to delve into it if you don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
Only allude to things. Only allude to
stories.
But, you got it right there.
You know what they say? Tragedy plus
Basically,
time
I haven't drank in 2 weeks. Why? Because I woke up on the side of the street in Hawthorne, beat up.
Yeah, it was not great, and I'm sorry you had to.
That's okay.
That had happened.
I'm alive. That's all that matters.
There you go. And your hair looks good.
Right? Amen.
Yeah.
Hair looks good. I don't.
Your hair looks good too. Is that what you were fishing for, Alex?
No,
your hair looks nice.
No, I'm gonna move on. I wasn't here when someone peed on the patio, but
fuck
that
I saw
guy.
the pictures. I was here, but not on the patio.
yeah, he peed on the patio, but Ryan made him clean it up.
Yeah.
It was
Legendary.
that. First of all, Sam came up to me after that, and she was like, "That was the first time as a manager I found out we could put some sauce in our punishments." And I was like, "That's Ryan's been doing this for a while. Like he literally made that kid come back up in, clean his own piss, kicked him out again."
Wasn't he a comic?
I don't think so.
No, he's a customer. So
He's here a lot.
I'm
though,
sure.
right?
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I was working a lot, and Jet Ski was the one that busted him doing it. So I just saw her go up and start screaming at some guy, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's get some action. This is cool.
Yeah, because if she's
Alex is
screaming,
into
something's
shit.
really wrong.
Yeah, I was like, how did
Alex
you
is
piss
into
off
it.
Jet Ski? I was like, walking over there, and she's like, that guy just peed on the wall. And then I looked over, and there's like a trail, and I was like, oh, why can't I catch these people? Because there's a pipe right there. You can just bink somebody just for fun. Just put some sauce on it.
Yeah.
Sauce on it. And then he like walks away, and then I see Ryan coming out like freaking Walking Tall style with a mop. And then I was like, oh man, well luckily Jetski didn't have to clean it. Ryan is such a gentleman for cleaning it up himself. And the next thing you know, I see this fucking stringy looking emo fuck just mopping the floor, and Ryan just standing there like a disappointed
Why do you
father.
think he did it on the patio? Why?
I don't think he was sober.
I do.
He was,
Oh, really?
I think he was
wasn't
one
that
of the
drunk.
dumbest people in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no.
I just watched this documentary on Netflix where his dad kidnapped him and like.
I saw that one. It's so good.
Yeah, it was great. And this kid, the vacant look in his eyes,
Yeah.
the pisser had the same look in his eyes.
He had no
Like,
emotion.
Zero. He just like, and then after he got kicked out, he tried to come back in twice. And Guam was like, get the hell out of here, right? And I was checking IDs at the main room. Like, I had nothing to do with him getting kicked out. And he tried to like just like walk by me and be like, oh, my friends are inside. And I took the metal detector and I just like put it in his stomach. And I was like, get out of here, right? And then like he was like standing up against the wall. And he like came back and he was like, please, my friends. I was like, you pissed on our property, like in front of women.
Right.
Like you can't.
You whipped your dick out
Right. And he's so
in
like,
public.
he was like standing on the wall. And then I went back to checking IDs. And Guam comes over and he's standing next to me. He goes, hey, I think that kid's trying to climb the fence next to the ATM. Why don't you go and I'll check IDs? And I get over there, and this dude is literally propping himself up. And I grabbed him, and I threw him into the first lane of traffic. And I looked at him, and I said, I'm the violent security guard. And his eyes got so wide. And then he just booked it past Katana, and we didn't see him for the rest of the night. And
there
it
was
was like,
one part in there, too, where he was, you know that door by the ATM to the main room?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was trying to, like, he was standing by there, and Jesus Trejo comes out, and he's smoking a cigarette, and the guy's just standing right there, just being awkward. And Trejo's like, hey,
Too nice.
He's like, hey, what's up, man? What are you looking for? And he's like, oh, can I just follow you in?
Can I just follow you
And
in?
he was like, nah.
Oh, at least he had enough sense because usually he's so nice. He might have been like,
No, he's
okay.
good.
He was like, see, they won't let me back in because I peed on the building.
And he admits it. He
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
And
so
then they won't let me back in, but they won't say anything if I'm walking with you, right? And he's like, nah, it's not going to happen, man. Just
maybe he is a comic if he knew that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
I think
sure
he
he's
is.
listening right now, and I hope you be nice to all of us, and
get help, you fuck.
also that.
Get help. Fuck being nice. Go
But
get
that's
help.
such a man to be like, oh, I'm going to piss on her and then I'm going to come back and she's going to accept me.
Nah. Oh my God.
I don't.
You got to stay out of Hawthorne.
I was gonna. I
building.
was just gonna take the words out of my mouth. These are the men you deal with.
And again, I'm sorry about that. I've been seeing a lot of this week. On another note, shout out to Big Bad Brad and Mike Z and Shannon, always hanging out and being good and dropping tips and really being like nice and easy. And Gino from Speedweed, thanks again for hooking it up and hanging out and being cool. Those are some shout outs I said just because they've been around a lot.
Of course.
And shout out to Troy, the camera guy. We miss you.
Oh yeah, he
Aw,
came by.
Troy
Yeah.
Conrad.
Yeah, he came by
Man.
recently. It was nice to see him passing.
Troy Conrad changed the photography game in the comedy scene, the entire comedy scene. Before Troy, nobody was taking good photos. People were taking decent photos, but like you look like a goddamn rock star in Troy Conrad photos. And I'm really happy the photographer is like,
Well,
man,
Van has
Matt.
been so great.
Van
Yeah,
caught
no,
me
like-
midair, but he buried me
No.
second to last and all.
Yeah.
Of
But yeah.
Wow, okay. So Van,
Hey,
wow, I see you, bro.
big shoes to fill, and he's fucking doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I think
doing
all
it.
three of them do because Liz Big is here now too.
Oh,
like-
yeah, Liz.
and she's like
Goes ham.
she's big time. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't need this place.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Today-
all three of them.
Matt's really good,
clean
but
up.
I think Matt is weird, right? Am I crazy? But like it's hard to talk.
Ooh.
like
If you
I
get
keep,
him
like having start and
started
stop
in a conversation, then he's good.
Yeah.
But it does, yeah, he doesn't
Maybe
sparked
I'm
it.
weird because I was gonna say I get along great with all
Yeah,
of them.
no,
with Matt.
we get along
Definitely.
great, but we're just like talking at odds somehow. Like it's just always, and I'm
I
like,
think that's just you, Luke.
I
yeah,
was
I
gonna
think it
say
is.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to check.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it's probably you,
'Cause I-
Luke, because we could talk about how you ran away another sound person.
Ooh.
Wow. First of all, another.
Yeah.
What is the? What is it?
Yeah.
Second of all,
So many of them.
it was from one comment from me, and then I didn't say another word the whole whatever you're claiming. But I didn't. I wasn't
Also,
even going to talk about it.
I did see that sound person snap on Faji for no reason. So I don't think it was
heard
Luke's fault.
Fury snapped on them too for a reason he thinks.
Right.
I did not snap. I was like, someone got off stage early or whatever. The last person, there was no music, and I was like, would have been nice. And that's it. And
That is
and they
such
were
a
like,
dagger from Luke, though.
But what did you say? They got off early. What did you say? Like and like really like came after me. I was like,
Yeah.
Anna,
Don't come after the
Smiling.
captain,
Yeah.
baby.
what do you think I said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would have been nice. That's all. Not trying to start like I knew you were down here. I'm not trying to like whatever.
Right.
Look at his face.
Would have been nice.
Look at his face.
Would have been nice if you're in there.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Hilarious.
you're gonna get so mad.
She definitely put up some shit though, and I think she just got hit
I
at
think
boiling
so too.
point.
But I think
That
yeah.
doesn't mean she should have taken it out on everybody else. I'm not saying.
And
that,
also,
but-
you don't take it out on the show. All right, you don't mess with
Yeah.
the sound and the lights, and you
Yeah.
mess with people's time.
I
You mess with
definitely
the
agree with
whole
that.
show.
Yeah.
Pull me aside.
but I liked
let's
her
talk
a
it
lot.
out.
I did like her.
Let's wrestle.
I had
Yeah,
no
don't mess with
personal
the show.
problem with her, and I like I don't know. It seemed like an disproportionate response.
Well, I had no problem with her, but then her disproportional response to Faji, I was just like, this lady's crazy. This lady.
And then you're gonna come at again. I don't know
it's
why
fine.
I feel
I
like,
don't
like
wanna-
I have to defend
Yeah.
jet ski. I'm not, but it just things keep happening to her. But like she came after jet ski one night too through the text and everything. Like, hey, where the hell is so and so?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, that's not my responsibility. He'll be
was
here.
like-
Don't worry. I gotta perform now. And then a barrage of text messages from her like, what are you doing? I'm about to perform. Are you crazy? You're
Yeah.
spooking the thoroughbred right now, man. You're fucking up the race. Okay? Get off my shit.
Hilarious.
I got to do the show. And then she ends up, no lights when Jesse goes out. It's pitch black in the showroom. And then the lights hit on like an interrogation. Like, what are you doing? Stop this.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be petty like that. Don't
Yeah.
fuck up the show. That's why you got fired.
You hear
That's
that,
why
Tony?
you got fired.
You hear that,
You
Tony?
hear that, Tony?
Yeah.
New main room sound guy who
All right.
who fucked up one thing, but it was on accident.
We're
But
watching.
you're gonna be good. I think you're gonna
Yeah,
be good.
you're
at
gonna
it.
be good. You're gonna be
He's
good.
gonna be fine.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna-
you will be fine.
You're one of us.
You really
you
brought
can-
me back
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
got
it.
That's
I got
very nice.
I got
You can handle us, Tony. You're one of us. Don't worry. You can.
Yeah, and when we go off on you, don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.
I
For real. Or you're gonna end up in Hawthorne, baby.
take the long road to Hawthorne. I had beef with a couple piano players this week.
Piano player.
Piano player.
Was Jeremy this week?
I don't know who's Jeremy. I haven't.
Jeremy
Met him.
Scipio.
filled in one
Oh,
night.
Scipio. Oh, he's fine. He plays melancholy and he knows he's doing. He like.
Yeah.
But, I had a real audience. An audience member who was a real musician
Okay.
who was listening to a piano player and was just going, Jesus Christ, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this? Like loudly. And I was like, I know, right? I felt like vindicated because I. But,
But
like,
your dad was a musician and all that too, right?
no, I have better taste than everybody. So,
Yeah.
but it's like
Someone's got
this other guy who
vinyls.
was like a musician. He was like, "What the fuck is she doing?" Like talking pretty loudly in the room, going, "Gee, what the?"
Well, now we
fuck?"
know who it is. Jesus.
Yeah.
I think it was. They were on the other side. He bought a booth.
Yeah, no,
like-
I'm saying now we know who the piano player is, though. Now you
I'm-
gave him a pronoun.
Oh, well, could have been Baldinger. Her, Baldinger.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I hardly know him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that was funny.
I would have liked to see his take on Glick set. Then.
Glick kind of can play.
He can play, but his announcements are so dull.
He cannot really play though.
No, he can't. Especially
he's really like not.
Especially by the end of the night when he smoked that much weed. I was because for some reason
Jeff Scott could play and be super high and drunk.
That part reminds me of Jeff, so I'm on board for him getting super high.
Yeah,
and getting wonky
if you can play.
It's really a bummer. We lost Jeff Scott and we lost Brody Stevens and like two of the best at doing what they did. And now every closer in the main room, I'm like, this isn't Brody. And every piano player, I'm like, this isn't Jeff. So like, I guess that's a bias or whatever.
Ingrained in us.
Yeah. So it's tough to be, to hear Choo Choo Boogie, like what coming
That's
from
one of the
piano.
songs they play?
Just so it's just tough, I guess. But it was funny to be vindicated by a guy in a white suit. a white guy in like a linen white suit with like a purple dress shirt.
Yeah, that guy
with
knows
a hot
music.
chick. Yeah. He was like, what the? He was like, really? What the fuck? Yeah, so that was fun. That was my OR shift. Big win. You were in the lot a lot this week.
I was in the lot a lot, and then like something crazy happened.
Great.
Honestly, like a couple weeks ago, where it was an amazing night. All the high rollers came through, put so much money in my pocket. Shout out to Leslie Jones, just salt of the earth.
Told you.
She comes in and just always puts money in my pocket. But that day, she was just feeling some type of way. So she just like reached in her pocket. She's counting. She's like, you know what? Here, take this. And I was like, she was like, I'm going to be okay. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. I wish more of the headliners thought like that, if you know what I'm saying.
Alex is here for the smoke. I love it.
Always. Yeah. She put money in my hand. And then later on, towards the end of the night, it's dead, whatever. And then this Bentley Bentayga rolls up. And it parks, and there's just like this purple, burgundy, whatever, Prius that has been sitting there for a while in the red zone, but I don't see a Lyft sticker or an Uber Eats sticker, so I'm just like, whatever, just a shady-looking dude just circling around. I'm like, it's sunset, whatever. If it was a problem, he would have been bounced already. And so I was about to tell the Bentley to like move out of the driveway, but then I see Chad, our security guard, start talking to him, just like in the window, chit-chatting, whatever. And then Chad goes, hey, he's trying to catch a show. And I was like, it's 110, 120? You're trying to catch a show? You have a Bentley. Go home and fuck your hot girlfriend in the passenger
I thought you were talking about Tim Dillon.
Oh, no. Bentley Bentayga. He has a Spur. But anyway.
He has a different Bentley. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be so...
Guys, please, stick with the story. Come on. I give details for a reason. Yeah. Anyway.
Comedians make the worst audience members.
So he was like, hey, can I park here? I want to catch a show. I was like, yeah, only the tail end of the show. You're going to catch Don Barris if you want. He's a good time. And he's like, yeah. So he parks. He reverses the Bentley into Argus's spot and just goes in with Chad. Chad's like accompanying him all the way in. They go into the OR.
So you're thinking Chad knows it?
Yeah. So they go into the OR, they're catching the show, then like 5-10 minutes later, they come out the back of the OR with like 4 Don Julios in hand. They're just drinking, have a good time. He's got chains. He's got like all the Louis Vuitton on. So does his girl. They have all the Louis Vuitton on you can buy. Stuff like, you don't get that stuff off the rack. They call you for the kind of stuff that they have on. Like I see the sneakers and I'm like, okay, this is exclusive stuff. We start talking about shoe game or whatever. And later on, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a little something for taking care of me. And he peeled off 100 and gave me 100 just to do that. And as he's leaving, he's like, hey, all right, see you later, man. I got to come through. Like, he's pointing out comedians on the wall. Like, he knows comedy. This guy, he's like, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. And then him and his girl get in their Bentley and they leave. And I'm taking Chad up the hill later on. I was like, dude, your boy really took care of me. I appreciate that. And he was like, oh, yeah, you know that Prius that you saw? Yeah, that guy was about to rob him of all his jewelry. He's a jack boy. He was following him around in that Prius, so he called me up to stop by the Comedy Store to like shake this guy real quick. And I was like, oh shit. So I prevented a robbery.
You mean to tell me Black Chad knows people like that?
Yeah.
There's no other Chad. You don't have to call him
other
Black Chad.
What?
I would like to start calling him White Chad though.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Who was
the guy?
I looked him up. He's like a huge music producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? So if he's a big music producer, why did he want to jack a guy in a Prius?
No.
Other way around. Other way around.
You guys see what we have to deal with? I'm trying to tell stories. I give details. I lay things out on a silver platter, and she's like, "What, the Prius?"
She still thinks it was Tim Dillon, dog.
Yeah. So Tim Dillon has on all the Louis Vuitton.
So Tim Dillon was trying to rob Chad.
Yeah,
Black
exactly.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon is actually very poor. He drives a Prius, and he's a jack boy.
I mean, Bobby Lee was driving a Prius till a couple months ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
true.
You can be rich and have a Prius.
Slam that thing into everything, and it like dings and scrapes and dents.
Sunflower seed.
It's like a crime scene of a car. No, yeah. So I walked away that night with like half of my rent. It was pretty cool. You have good nights like that, and some nights you got like $30-$40, and the roll in with 2 cars, and they don't give you nothing. But I'll just leave that at that. But you guess who I'm talking about.
Do you guys ever enjoy, like, if you're working a room and like I had some loud bitches in the belly room. I told them to please be quiet twice. And the second time I was like, I need you ladies to please stop talking because you're interrupting people around you. And the people behind them were like, thank you.
That's a very good way of saying that. I like that.
Right. I was super nice. But then they kept talking, but it was just low enough, and it was towards the end of the show that that Anya wouldn't kick him out. And I get why. And then I was last, so I go up, and then it's Greg's show, so he let me go up for 5 minutes.
Oh, love Greg.
Love Greg. Love him.
Yeah. Horribly funny.
But I can't get out of my head these bitches. So all I keep talking about is like, would you bitches please shut the fuck up? And I was like, you know what? I know this isn't a big respected career field, and you don't want to pay for comedy, but if you could just shut the fuck up, that'd work. I couldn't do my material. There's all this stuff, this new stuff I wanted to do. I did on the first show. I couldn't do it because all I could think about was talking to those bitches and tell them to shut the fuck up.
Did they respond back while you're on stage?
No, they shut up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you continued to tell them to shut up?
I did.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
You need to start taking Muay Thai boxing, or you need to take some jiu-jitsu classes. Get all that shit out of you,
They were just rude.
I get it. You took it personally.
I did.
Can't take it personally.
Yeah.
I bounce fools out, or like I'll just tell Anthony rather to bounce fools out, and I'm just like,
I was helping some dudes that were a little too loud in the original room, but they had tickets for the later main room show, and they tipped a little, so they came in for the first time. And then they were like,
you're just like,
and then they were like chatty in the back, and I was like, guys. you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you do the little shh.
Yeah.
Little start. Yeah.
I go, you guys. Right? Not great. I did that a few times, and then I was they were in there to kind of see Theo, and Theo, like, they're getting a little drunker, and I'm like, okay, I can take you guys. I was like trying to get them kind of before Theo went on, because I didn't want him to heckle Theo. Like, they had been kind of going, oh, I know that, like in the back, I know that one. And then being more sarcastic than that, and like, it would have been funny if I was hanging out with him, but like working the room, I was like, this is not, And if it was in another context, you know what I mean?
Right.
I would have said
like
the same.
one little thing I do when somebody's loud, like I had this crowd of like just some, they tipped, and they were just like, okay. I was like, cool, big little group, and they were talking, they had on all the nice clothes, and they were talking and talking and talking, and then I was just so tired that all I could do was go, shh. And then the guy like looked over his shoulder, and he looked back at his girl, who was like a fucking
It is
dime
weird
piece.
to get shushed.
Yeah.
To get shushed, you do go.
Yeah.
I got shushed at Cirque du Soleil. Me and my hot ass wife were like just kind of talking, because I thought you would just talk. Like, we were going, wow, that's cool and stuff. And someone was like, you shut up. And I was like, what the fuck? It's a circus.
Yeah, they're not talking. It's just music, right?
It's like music and jumping around. Yeah,
they're like
I'm not interrupting the plot.
Right.
They're physical
It's
acts.
cool. It's like going to the Dodger game or whatever. You just
What are they
gotta.
called?
No, but I shushed.
But anyway, so these guys.
I shushed. So let me finish. So I shushed the guy, and then he turns to his girl in like I guess an alpha move. He's like, "The fuck is he gonna do?" So I saw their server, and I was like, "Hey, these guys know more." So I will cut off your liquor supply if you give me a fucking attitude.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
These guys, I was leading out, and
But I love you.
and then Theo walked right by, and they were like, but we were kind of in to see Theo, and I had like already checked him in the main room, and I got a spot for whatever, and then I came back to get him, And they crossed paths, and they were like, we're really in there to see Theo. And I was like, okay, but guys, no more yelling in the back, no more of that stuff. And one guy was like, the fuck you talk? No, we didn't do that shit. No. And the other two guys were like, oh, no, we got it. I'm sorry. We got it. Yeah. Like, we know it. We know what you're talking about. Yeah. We're sorry.
Yeah.
And the other guy was like, man. And I was like,
yeah.
We had the weirdest heckler. Like Anthony dealt with him directly. That guy that was screaming at Don Barris.
That was a
guy screaming in the main room?
Yeah, in the main room.
Yeah.
Stayed all throughout the show. And
that's what I'm saying. It was like 35 minutes into Dawn.
In 35 minutes.
And then, yeah. He's like, he seriously was like,
camel straw.
tell a joke! Tell a joke! And I went up. I thought he was like kidding at first, so I went over there and I was like, hey man, just don't yell out. And then I took 2 steps away and he did it.
He goes, you suck!
Yeah. He lost it.
I was so angry but so entertained at the same time.
That's so G.
The frustration.
I kicked this kid out, and he was there with like 4 or 5 other people. Yeah. And I get it. This kid, 22.
Yeah.
At most, young kid. And he gets to the sidewalk, and all of his friends were like, "It's okay, man." Like trying to make him feel better about getting kicked out. And he was like, "You guys are the pussies. Why didn't you say anything?" He was losing it.
Good for him.
And as I'm walking,
sticking to his guns.
And as I'm walking past, he was going, and he deserved it. I was like, what world do you live in?
That
are
rules.
You like,
God, that night
it's kind
for
of
that
funny
guy,
though. After 35 minutes to yell out.
And then like we'll kick you out, but you can yell that first.
Yeah, for sure. Get it out, but you're
it's
done.
It's not illegal, but you're out of here.
Or what about the 2 drunk guys from Ireland that I kicked out 4 times in one night?
So they came in drunk as fuck. They came into the OR.
What night?
Thursday.
Great.
Friday?
Thursday or Friday.
Thursday,
Great.
yeah. One of those. Oh, he walks in, and then I was just straight up with him. I was like, look, guys, you're already super drunk. So if I have to come to you, you're out of here. Right? And of course, they brought fucking stage seats. Of course.
Yeah.
God.
And that was the problem.
When the worst people, when the people that are like wearing the stuff and go, we want to talk to the comedian. It's like,
they weren't even, here's my thing though. Like they were just drunk.
Hammered.
Like they weren't talking. They weren't interrupting the show. One was just hiccuping, and the other.
No. But it got to be like I think he's about to throw up on Brent Warren because he's sitting there just like.
Head is in his hand, and they have a bucket of fucking Budweisers with Peronis, whatever, right in between them. Goodness. His other friend's swaying. So like I had
a bucket.
I had Dana like close them out, and like one of them stumbled to the bathroom, and he comes out, and I was like, "Hey man, you can't," and he was like, "You got it, you got it," and immediately went to the patio, and then I waited for Brent to finish, and his friend was like, I went up to his friend. And I was like, hey, your friend got kicked. And he immediately was like, yep, you're right. You're right. Both of them.
They just needed help.
All
a little
nudge. 4 times I kicked them out. They're like, you're right. And the last one.
Why did they keep going? Where did they keep going into?
So like we told because they weren't being
allowed. But then they showed up with a third guy. I don't know where he came from.
They had friends on the patio. And they were hanging out on the patio, and I was like, honestly, I don't care if they're on the patio. Like, they weren't disrupting the show.
The guy apparently had just went through a divorce.
And then I caught one of them sleeping in the main room, just like curled up on a bench.
Oh, that's cute.
And
that's very cute.
And I just like tapped his shoulder, and he was like,
laddie.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He goes, you got me.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was standing by the belly room side of the back, and he was like, I'm just going to stand right here. And Anya was right there dealing with him at that time. And then Anya hits him with the strobes. And he's like, don't shine that fucking thing at me. And he was like, all right, I'll move.
But you're right. Again, there was like, they didn't heckle. They were real. I mean, if you're going to kick people out, they were the nicest people to kick out.
Yeah.
Some people get it. That's nice.
But you had to do it 4 times.
Yeah. Well, then at the end, they started going down the driveway, and they kept going down the driveway, and that's when it got to be like, all right, you guys need to fuck off.
Yeah. But then they thought they left the bag, and I was like, look, I can guarantee
they didn't come with a bag.
The 2 of you did not come in here with a bag.
They didn't have a bag.
I had a bad string of front rows this week of just like people that.
It's always the worst. That's the bad part about pre-selling these fucking stage tickets.
And no one look. What boggles my mind is no one else is doing what you're doing, and you don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
This is this person at every restaurant they go to, at every function. They're like the ones like, well, we have to ask them to leave or not, like whatever. Sucks, man.
It's just
a lot of them in the front row this week.
It's so wild to me, like when people like you kick them out and they're like, "This place sucks. You guys are bah, 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 bah."
But can I come back?
It's like there are 300 people in this room that aren't doing what you're doing, and they all get to have a good time. Like that,
right?
Yeah.
Like you as an adult have to like look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Just take a deep, long
Go call
look.
your father.
It's
Stop
hard.
coming to ruin comedy
hard
shows
for some people.
Like were you in the OR when we had to kick that group of 4 guys out, and I had to throw one down the stairs?
No, I was not there.
Oh, I remember it briefly. Dude, tell it again.
It was just like they were like a bachelor party type four dudes on a bachelor party at the Comedy Store. Pretty lame to begin with. Champagne.
Yeah, not even 6 dudes.
Yeah.
A bachelor party is like 6 dudes.
It's like roll
4
deep,
dudes.
roll deep, or go play poker in someone's basement. I
Go
don't
to
know.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
And this goes for all like parties where you haven't seen people for a while. Every bachelorette party.
You don't come here to catch up. You don't come here to catch up with
No.
your friends.
Right.
No.
You're here to laugh.
You're listening to someone else. Go to a bar. You will be so much happier.
Yeah. And so they're being chatty all show. It's probably like 10:30, so the show's been going for like an hour. And I told Bianca she got to close them out. I'm going to get them out of there. She closes them out, and they like spill all of their drinks while closing out.
That's
and
funny.
they start demanding Bianca get
It wasn't
them
on first
new drinks.
purpose, was it?
No, they're drunk and they spilled the drinks.
Jeez.
And they start demanding Bianca give them like a new set of drinks because they paid for it. And she was like, no, like you spilled them. It's not my fault. And she knew they were about to get kicked out anyways. So like she honestly wasn't rude about it. She was just like,
she's done. That's fine. For the amount of work she's gotten out of, that makes sense that she did that at that moment.
But she started to walk away, and one of them was like, hey, and like really like barked at her. And I was like, no, like y'all gotta, that's not, you're an adult yelling at a woman in the middle of a comedy. No, you guys gotta go. And like, they're like 2 tables away from the piano in the OR, like along the bench. So it's like a weird spot to kick someone out of, because they all kind of got to file out along that bench.
It's just like wiggle outside, right? Like a bunch of penguins.
And there's 4 of them, and the 2 in the front are like big dudes, and the 2 in the back are like Mighty Mouse guys. And the 2 in the back immediately get up and they leave. The big dudes get up, and the last one gets in front of me, and he looks behind me and he goes, "You got to back up." And I was like, I don't think you know how getting kicked out works. That's not it. And then he put his shoulder into me.
Jeez.
And Ryan, he doesn't know who Ryan is, obviously. Ryan's plainclothes Captain America at this point.
Yeah.
And he put his shoulder into me, and Ryan just like, not gave me a head nod, but was like, go for it. And I threw this guy over a table, and he rolls.
In the showroom?
Yeah, oh yeah. And
That's good stuff.
I forget who was on stage. It might have been Ron Taylor.
Why you get kicked out, Ron?
It didn't, but the kid fell gracefully because like it didn't make like a huge commotion. Like no one really knew.
You just kind of pulled him over
It was
the
like a
table.
stunt
I just threw him over the table, and he rolled and he got up and he like took 2 steps, and now he's in front of the back stairs of the OR, like to the hallway, and he like stops and he looks at me again. And I was like, dude, you need to keep moving. And Christine, the waitress, can attest to this. I said, you need to keep moving. And he said, or what? And I threw him down the stairs. And I just was like, you're trespassing at this point. Like, we've told you have to go. You've physically touched me. Like, now, like, you're trespassing. And so I've thrown him twice now.
Oh,
and now
and he
we're
emotionally
walking.
touched you too.
Yeah. And
Got you all riled up.
he did. It was just
Got me
so,
riled up, right?
Yeah.
I'm sweating. I'm about to come over and kick some ass.
Oh, Faji was in there. I forgot. Faji, I think it might have been like Faji and Renee because I'm walking this dude out through the patio and like his big friend comes around and he's like, hey, we saw you throw him and blah, 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 blah. And then the two Mighty Mouse guys come down the driveway.
You gotta wait. Yeah.
And Faji just steps over the wall and and they look up at him. He's 3.5 feet taller than him. And they just looked up at him and they're like, we were just seeing what was going on, man. We were just getting out of here. We were just, thanks for a good night.
They're like, Black Panther lives.
Yeah. It was, it was something else, but fuck those guys.
I had to kick out this comic out of the main room for taking photos in the main room. And it was like a freaking star-studded night. I think I was talking to you about this. Star-studded. I was talking about Marin, Justin, like just the
Who was
typical.
the comic? Do we know? We got to know.
I'll get to that. But like, I kicked her
You're
out.
driving a Prius? Yeah. Take the long road to Hawthorne, my man. Let's go. We're having shirts made.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Long road to Hawthorne. That's her new band. No, but I asked her to delete the photos, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're the most aggressive freaking door guy I've ever met in my life."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, it's in my ass. Keep going."
Yeah, it's great.
Apparently you haven't
I'm
met
Alec.
Jessica, but go ahead.
I was like, "Yeah, delete it. Now go to your recently deleted photos. Now delete that."
Fucking
And
guy's pretty aggressive.
then she keeps on going and going and talking and mouthing, and she's still on her phone, full brightness. And I was like, I'm not even gonna bother with her. And then she takes another photo. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? All right, you gotta leave. I was like, what's your name? And she said Tori, and I was like, Tori, you're not Tori. I'm thinking like Tori, like from Ding Dong Show. Like she's super
I don't
nice.
even know that one.
She's around, super nice though.
Yeah.
She seems
And then I was
great.
like,
Pretty
what?
sure that's like Ryan Cribbs' cousin,
Yeah, so who's Ryan Crimson?
the server.
Oh, server. So she
Ryan
leaves,
Crimson.
Cribbs.
I know.
and then actual Tori comes in, and she's like, I heard my friend was giving you a tough time. And I was like, yeah, she used your name. That's kind of a dick move. Got to throw you under the bus. And I told her that she was just like talking shit to me and still going and going and going in the back of the main room, disturbing people with her bright fucking phone. And then she eventually left. She's like, yeah, she doesn't. She says she's not even going to come around here
Who the
anymore.
fuck is Tori
She like
anyway?
embarrassed herself. Yeah, she's around. She's
She's
cool.
a ding donger. She's a very sweet girl.
Seems
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. She's a nice kid.
harmless. And eventually they were like, what? Who is she taking a photo of? I was like, well, there's the lineup is so and so and so on, so on and so forth. And then it was a comic you wouldn't necessarily pay to watch.
Yep. Towards the end of the lineup, sure.
Who
No.
was it?
Oh.
In the middle.
Oh, in the middle.
In the middle.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it off the air. If
Yeah,
you want,
that's-
if you come through, you can ask me.
Yeah,
who-
if you
'Cause I was
tip
like,
at the door, Alex will tell you who.
why are you taking photos of the least funny person on the lineup? You got freaking all these killers. That's the photo you get kicked out and ruin your relationship at the comedy store with? That's
Yeah.
the one?
Good.
Oh,
Hilarious.
And that,
All right.
that deserves to be the one. That makes sense then, because that's
Yeah.
how bad they are too.
exactly. Taste in comedy.
Not everyone sucks though. You know, there are a lot of good audience members.
No.
You know,
majority.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've been
Come on.
shitting on
95% of the people that come here are great.
Salt
You
of the
know,
earth.
Yes.
Come on.
But even more, just like they get it.
The dumb
they do
ones
the
stand
thing.
out, though,
That
unfortunately.
you do your like it's exciting and you're excited, but you're appropriate amount of excited and you laugh at the right time. It's like most people do that, and it's so.
you
great.
join the wave of laughter.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I ask, you both work the back door. How do you tell people how to get to the belly room?
You're going to the end of the hall. Take
Right
a
at
right
the
up the
light.
stairs. Don't go straight. Go
Good
right
job.
up the stairs.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I say go down the hallway. You see that neon right at the light.
Okay.
It's not enough, and you have to
It's
watch.
still not
them.
enough. People don't get
Yeah.
it. They don't get it.
And
No, 'cause they
been
hear
getting
the main room
people
too,
in the,
so
in
they're
the
just like,
wrong
"Oh."
showroom all the time.
When you tell them to go up the stairs, but then they sit in the main room, I'm thinking to myself, you didn't go up any fucking stairs. Did you go up any stairs? I would think I'm in the wrong place. I didn't go up any stairs.
I don't do it casually. I look them in the eye because I know, and I go, huh? End of the
Yeah.
hall. Take
Yeah.
them right up the
Stairs.
stairs, and I move my hand up. I go up.
You also
and I
gotta
help-
think, like-
I help them.
And I know this isn't a great
They need help.
excuse for them, but like
That one step in the main room?
The stimulus between entering that hallway to the belly
never
room
been here.
is
Strange place.
overwhelming.
It's a strange place,
and by the time
And all the portraits, you got a million little ones and then all the big ones, and you see the neon sign, you're like, this is the room.
servers coming out with 2 trays full of drinks,
You're like, this must be the room.
Mark Maron walks by you, and then all of a sudden you're in a room where there's comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
Ryan Mervis smiles at you.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, whoa, what is this place?
Team.
My sister came here, and she was on the patio with 2 of her friends and her husband, and Mervis was at the front bar, and she texted me, and she goes, "Who is this man, and does he have more stories than anyone?"
Yes.
And I said, "He has stories as long as his beard."
Yeah. He actually has a story about that. Yeah. I have a story about why I have so many stories. Because I went to Coachella at Burning Man, basically.
Yeah.
You got 6 hours to spare?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do. Sometimes dealing with Mervis at the front bar, I mean, it's great, but if you're in a hurry and you just want the Coca-Cola, you're like, hey, man, I can make it. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got you. And he just does it right away. It's great. Yeah.
There's fire involved.
Or if you're like trying to go home and you're waiting for him to do last call.
Shit.
He didn't do last call on Friday till 1:45.
It's like a Viking horn.
And I was like, bro, like 1:45 last call is insane. Like people
But
are
that's how
gonna
it used to be back in the day.
but it's not back in the day, dog.
Yeah,
like
true.
we're not. This is a new era of comedy.
And we're
store,
closed on Sundays. It's been
Yeah.
really
I kind of like
nice.
that, though.
It's
Yeah.
been very
really
easy
like
for me.
that.
Good on the mental health.
Yeah, it's been really
I think it's
nice.
good that we
And-
take one day to rest. You
the
know?
Lord's Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Lord's Day.
a Lord's Day.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
They lords.
We had Brody's thing this week.
Oh yeah,
Probably
I
talk
missed that.
about that.
I was not.
I wasn't in the
Working.
room because I was in the main room, but
It was cool.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of the mural. It looks great. And
The mural
Yeah, that.
And yeah, I wish I had told you to get a black shirt for me, but if you're watching, medium or large or whatever you think would fit me, a black one. But
Two times.
But yeah, it looked beautiful. It was nice to see everybody out there and like pictures of all the stuff. Good time. Yeah. Festival of Friendship or Walk of Friendship. You can.
yeah, I wish
follow
they would have done that on
Instagram.
Sunday. Because some reason I had it in my head that it was going to be on a Sunday, and me and Felicia made plans to do it on Sunday, but Saturday was too early
Is
for
818?
night workers.
Wasn't it 818?
No, but the 818 was the day before, I believe.
I thought it was on Thursday. Last Thursday.
Okay, well, they did the walk on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I just wish they would have done it on a Sunday.
Oh, I got you.
But I wish I could have been there, is what all I'm saying.
I got a Toyota Avalon, leather exterior.
Yeah. I liked when he would always go. He's like, "You're not laughing. You know, maybe you know better than me. What do I know? I've only been doing it 25 years. I don't pay for water. I park for free. My name's on the wall.
I created Chelsea Handler.
I created Chelsea.
I rode for Whitney.
Yeah, he was the best, man.
Whitney's new stuff has been slapping. I got to give it to her.
You do.
Also another sweetheart
Yeah.
in the lot. Very
Yeah.
welcomed in the lot.
Yes.
Even though she has the biggest goddamn SUV out of everybody, I say bring that sucker in.
I've actually had a lot of problems this week of people canceling, headliners canceling. And,
What was that? Yeah, this past couple of days.
And people,
Canceled on you.
but every customer, like every customer coming out and going, God damn it, I came for this, and you have to do something. I go,
There is
hey,
so-and-so.
it's lineup subject to change. We book them, and they don't
And I
show
ain't got to
up.
do shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Some guy was like,
And
I want 4 tickets.
Yeah,
And-
that
and
guy.
Luckily,
We
Richie
work
was
with-
there too. So I was like, hey, Richie, some guy. And he's like, I got this.
Yeah.
He came back in the room, gave him 2 tickets.
That's our HR department.
Yeah.
Here's Richie.
I want 4.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Here's Richie. That's the other T-shirt.
Here's Richie.
Yeah, maybe HR on the pocket, and then here's Richie on the back. Okay, we'll talk about this. That's good. Yeah, but like I know I really people coming up to me and like really not understanding that like
subjects, lineups are subject to change.
It's like they're the flighty artist, like not the venue. The venue, I'm sorry, man.
Plus, we have stacked fucking lineups. So usually they're like, I came to see this one person, but I also got to see this person, this person, this person.
Yeah, but
for
sometimes
half the price I would just to see one.
Don't stay throughout the whole show and then demand for your money, but just be like,
well,
they're
they're waiting to see if the person comes.
No, but
late.
you got to see the whole show already.
Right, they're upset, and there have been not great shows this past week that would have been better with the headliner that had missed. You know, like that guy, like the room never got there, and if that person had showed up, like,
there's levels.
It would have been better, but like
there's levels.
Hold on, but that's like if you go to a basketball game and LeBron got put on the injured reserve.
I came in for LeBron, bitch.
Right. You can't demand a refund because he didn't play. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So a comic was injured. You're right.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's just
Comics don't get injured.
Emotionally.
Comics get injured all the time. To the point of no return. Even.
What, are you gonna sprain something, lifting something less than 50 pounds?
Yeah, I
it's
sprained my leg on a premise last week.
Oh boy.
Never quite got there.
Bruised
made it
myself
funny.
on a punchline.
Yeah, recovering from a punchline.
Some people were a little upset at what Brandon did. I say, whatever, let him have it.
Now what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
So he opened the OR, right? He did the cold open. And then he did the Instagram thing. He had everybody scream, make as much noise as you can. And then he did his Instagram and said, killing it in the OR. You know, and they were like, he wasn't killing it. Like, he told him to do that. I'm like, yeah, just let him have it for social media. Like, he does, whatever.
I was wondering what that roar was, because then I was in the main room and I walked over and I was like, who the fuck is this? Then I see Brandon. I'm like, the fuck is he doing?
Right. I mean, it's kind of smart, because if Emily would have heard it, she'd be like, damn.
It's disingenuous, though, but...
Brandon's killing it in the OR.
But would she? You don't think she would have? You don't think she would have walked up and noticed that he was going like this?
Yeah.
It's weird.
That you don't think she would have done any research into the moment? She would just be like, "He's passed now."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I heard the roar.
She would have put that in her bank, though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun.
I don't know.
I'm fine with
fun.
it. You know?
I don't care. Let him do.
I think it's great.
Yeah, man. Like, let the kid live. What do you care?
I agree.
You know, what does anyone care?
It's your 5 minutes. We show up for our 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do whatever the
That's
hell you
it.
want with your 5 minutes.
Sure.
That's it. And then if he gets ticket sales off of that for his special taping in the belly room,
Good for him.
good for him, dog. And then those people can make the decision at the show. How about that? You know what I mean?
agree.
I'm opening tonight.
I mean, I
and
understand
think I'm
every
gonna go
word
ahead
you're
and do
saying.
one of those.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna do that during my potluck set tonight.
I did a cold open for the OR, and I was working the room, and I haven't been in a great opener headspace because it's been tough or whatever. So my material's been darker, or and I've just been sadder in general. But I was telling everybody coming in, told every other group, I was like, "Hi everybody, make sure your phones are on silent, no photo, no video. There's a 2-drink minimum. I'm opening the show tonight, and I'm nervous, so just be nice to me, huh? Come on, man. Let's get it."
That's funny.
Just totally cheating.
God.
And then people were like, "Ha ha, are you joking?" I was like, "Come on, I got a seat for you."
Yeah.
And then I went up
Hopefully
and
it's
I was
buy
like,
an exit. Yeah, buy an exit.
Took my mask off and I was like, "This is what I look like. You impressed? Not impressed?" It's just, yeah. It was a medium set. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was fine. It was
I was happy this week. I had some crowd work gold. How about these girls were here? I was like, well, what are you guys doing here? They're wearing masks. And they're like, why are you wearing masks? What are you afraid of? And they're like, we're here doing research just to be careful. I was like, okay, what are you researching? Yeast. I was like, what?
Yeast?
They're researching yeast. They're grad students, whatever that means. What does that mean?
That means they're
Where?
graduate students.
It comes after a bachelor's, usually. Typically.
I didn't know. Okay, so that's up above bachelor's.
That's right.
Yeah, above community college.
But I mean, it was just gold. I was like, you're here fucking researching yeast? I didn't even know that men could get yeast infections on their dicks. I was
That's
like,
a
maybe
dirty dick.
I've done more
Jesus.
research than you then.
Well, was that what they were researching?
Yeast.
Where?
UCLA or something. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't
Or
remember all
did they
that.
fly
After
in?
yeast, I flew
So
with
that's
that.
part of their graduate program.
Tony, shut up.
With a concentration
What
on
did he say?
yeast.
It doesn't even matter. He's not on the podcast.
Chill, buddy. Chill.
They were just like not just the chemical. They were researching it on the human body. Did you find any?
No. I mean, once they said yeast, I went with it. I didn't even care. It didn't even matter after that. We just had fun with yeast.
Mm-hmm. And your material just rose to the top.
Yeah, it was fun. Just like yeast.
My man.
So I opened the Door Guy show on Wednesday, which was my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
happy
you
birthday.
you brought some people by. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. But it's my birthday. I was drinking, right? I planned on just going up there and
Off the clock, doing your
Yeah.
thing.
dicking
Great.
around.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And then right before, I'm talking about 3 seconds before Dave Waite said my name, which by the way, this is the second week Dave had to be like, hey, what's your last name? We've worked together for over a year now. Anyways, done multiple shows together.
That's
anyways,
awesome.
right before I went on, Richie was like, hey, just letting you know, I told Emily to watch you. And I was like, well, she told me that 5 drinks ago, pal. You know what I mean?
Or 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. Yeah, this was not the moment. But no, I mean, opening these shows have been fun, dude. I think you
have
just
been
go up there
great.
high energy. It will carry a little bit. But
Yeah.
you're not, I guess you're not.
It's hard for me to bring it sometimes.
Yeah.
See?
He said,
Because I'm funny.
It's like, how does one say, it's difficult for me to...
That's your big word.
you enunciated every single curvature of the word.
That's
difficult
Yeah, I've
me
said this before, but
to bring it.
Yeah, that's what Bruce said. I was telling you earlier. Bruce always says, Luke's not impressed when he pronounces every syllable. Yeah, Anthony today was like, I have to sit across from Luke.
So I know when he's joking.
That's whatever, man.
I don't think that was
Okay, I guess.
I couldn't see his face, so I really don't know.
I should just hide behind the microphone. You'll never know. Any more stories from the week? Any more? We don't often have you here. Did you have anything that you wrote down you want to get out, Alex?
Nah, I think
And thanks for
think that
making the
was-
time this week. I know you have a kid and schedule
it
stuff.
worked out. It
Yeah.
worked out. You asked me at the right time, and my wife had her calendar up, so it was perfect. She
I
got
didn't
home
realize
early.
it until today, but you have a lot of Luke energy, and now I can see why you guys get along here on
We
the
do okay
podcast.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a lot like Luke.
You-
More than I ever
I
imagined.
mean, they know words more difficult than difficult.
I mean, they know what grad
That
school
side
is.
of the table.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
That's
Peculiar.
Nothing from the past, whatever. No gold from the
They're
other.
all in my head, and I'm sure they'll start rolling out. But that's just
Yeah.
what stuck in my
Okay.
stuck out at the time.
Any last thoughts on wrapping up the episode?
R.I.P. Teddy.
R.I.P. Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Gene Simmons for giving me $60. That dude was sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And his son Nick, I
Yeah.
went to middle school with, and I saw him here.
What?
Yeah, I see him here every once in a while, and he came in. And he was like, "I lost my wallet," and I was like, "Hey, Nick," and he was like, "Oh, hey, Luke."
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Did I tell that stalker story where we
Which
had
stalker story?
This is what I'm talking about.
No!
I'm glad we just
a Taylor Tomlinson stalker showed up?
Oh yeah.
He has
by
a
himself.
stalker?
He
Who?
was
At
What,
least one.
Dale?
not Williamson, Tomlinson.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. It makes more sense.
Oh yeah. Tiny plumes in the bushes. Get fucked.
One time it was in the main room, and
Sorry, that was
I forgot who
me.
it was that introduced him. I think it was actually Whitney. She was on stage. Oh my God, you're next, because she was like, "Who's next?" And they said like,
They mixed up their
Taylor. Yeah,
Taylors.
they mixed up the Taylors.
Yeah.
And then, this next comedian has a special on Netflix right now. She is touring the country. Give it up for Taylor Tomlinson. And out walks Taylor Williamson. He was like,
Right.
what?
That's-
Yep. Like this is not me.
Yeah.
Like a good 7
Oh, God.
minutes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
oh,
Did
no.
Whitney realize that? Well, she got to know.
Yeah, she turned around. She was just like, egg on my face.
Yeah, and then I'm sure she did. She make re-intro?
Who was the stalker? Was it Dale?
Oh yeah, we found him. I think it was that Dale guy, but he
Dale
showed
returned.
up in the original room. So he goes in the original. I think you were there that day, where I was like, "Fuck, I gotta watch this guy all night to make sure he doesn't behave," because he was like really soft spoken. I fucking sat him right next to the stage because that's what was available. I sat him in that foretop in the OR, right to the stage right.
God, that's got to be a nightmare for Taylor coming out.
I definitely wasn't here if Dale was here.
So he
looks like I won't say that.
I sat him right there, but then I was like, oh, I know how to fix this. Luckily, 3 fucking muscle-bound guys came in, and I just sat them around him.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy.
it was some time ago.
Yeah, that wasn't Dale, but it is a stalker for sure.
Oh shit.
So I sat them right there.
Why
and then,
can we kick them out? Are they allowed in? Why were
he wasn't recognized at the door.
Yeah, and he wasn't like we didn't realize he was like a complete stalker till the end of the night. Like we just thought he was kind of a weird guy.
Dude.
And then like
we get a lot of weird guys.
Yeah. Well, there's that
Half our
other
clientele.
stalker that showed up. I think it was Sickler's show, or maybe it wasn't Sickler's show, but it's that kid that's been stalking like Annie and Kim Congdon and all them.
Oh, yeah.
And then he came back. This is actually pretty funny. He came back and he was like trying to get to Christina P and Tom and like he's you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
so
heard
like
about this.
I go into the green room, and in the green room it's Christina, Tom, Anthony Jeselnik, Sickler, and somebody else. I forget who it was. And I was like, hey guys, I just want to let you know you should be aware of him. Definitely like tell where the venues you're doing shows. And like I show everybody the picture, and Jeselnik pauses and he goes, "Oh no, I invited that guy here." Just like couldn't be more of a Jeselnik moment.
Yeah,
and,
so
like,
funny.
Just fucking crushed it. But that guy is dangerous.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
schizophrenic.
Great,
Like,
I'd love to see that picture.
yeah, I have.
That'll be the next shirt.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I'm a little sad that he
Jeselnik
doesn't know who I
invited
am?
Yes, it is bad.
Yeah, that is really bad.
Yeah.
That's why you ended
Extreme
up in Hawthorne.
narcissism.
That's the ending.
Thanks everybody for Alex. Where can people find you online?
I'm at all social media at Dapper Duong, DAPPERDUONG. Like my stuff. Hey, come talk to me and I'll tell you who got a picture, who got kicked out for a shitty
He'll
picture.
talk a lot of shit. Anthony Amorello.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at ant.amorello. I only use Twitter to like watch high school fist fights, so just follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, and you're from Boston, right? And then we also have Jessica Wellington. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, please follow me at Jess Wellington on Jess Wellington 2 on everything.
One was taken.
We just started the Liars Club back here at the Comedy Store, so check that out on the Comedy
Shout
Store
out.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
A lot of
Very good.
going on tonight.
I'm at Luke Does Stuff on Twitter. I'm verified. Have less than 2,000 followers. And I'm on Instagram too.
You got verified on Twitter?
Yeah, when I did the Bill Burr thing.
It's some bullshit.
Blue
Yeah.
check energy.
Yeah, it is a little BCE, but it was a good episode today. Thank you all for being on, and thanks for watching or listening. And shout out to Tony in the booth. Good job, dog. We'll see you more in the main room, huh?
Yeah,
All right,
people more like hear you more in the
fuck it
main
up.
room.
Subscribe
Don't
it, like
fuck
it.
up.
Thank you. Sorry about everything.